this tension between the Harris and Biden team. This is starting to be very real. Of course, just a few weeks out, usually a White House, a vice president running for president would be pretty coordinated with the campaign. I mean, there's laws. They're not supposed to be exactly, super coordinated. That may not be the word they'd want to use. But you know what I mean? You wouldn't be scheduling things that would walk over the other person. You'd make sure that the president who maybe wasn't running wasn't stepping on the vice president who was running, and that at least the basics of just scheduling were going to be worked out so that it was something where it looked like you were still part of one big team. But that is not what it looks like with Biden and Harris. And can we play the clip now for people so they can see this is out of a cabinet meeting, and you can kind of feel like Joe Biden didn't make a slip up here. It's Joe Biden kind of being like, you know what, I'm still president.
And we're going to do everything in my power to get it done. And the fact of the matter is that we're in a situation where, we're going to have to, I know I'm going to go to the vice president in a second. She's my boss here.
That's a true piece.
We're going to be. Hang on a second, man. We're going to be going to the Congress. We're going to need a lot of help.
He clearly still wants to be the president, and you have these weird moments where, again, these situations where they're cutting each other off. He's saying, "No, let me speak. I'll get to you in a minute." It's just par for the course at this point.
Well, I mean, just on Friday, he did the press briefing, and Harris was about to do an event in Michigan. So he got less TV coverage, her event in Michigan, because the White House called this press briefing out of nowhere. So, it's this, that would not be the norm if your campaign was synced up with the president that you served. And the party. The party doesn't seem synced up either.
A bit of an interesting fact that happened over the weekend. One of the guys who works here, I'll leave his name redacted, had moved here from California many years ago now, 4 years ago, had moved to Tennessee from California, like a lot of people have, made their way to the Nashville area. And what shows up in the mail for him? Multiple, we have a photo of it, his name redacted again, hopefully his address redacted, multiple different ballots. We are seeing this still happening around the country where people are starting to already receive ballots for places they don't live. They haven't lived in years. I know you saw that, Jordan. You had that happen last time.
3 last time I was in this studio, and we had moved here and had 3 live ballots. Now, that was supposed to be because of COVID.
Yeah.
Too. That was not supposed to be because of what is the California reasoning behind this? Are they now just mailing live ballots?
And he hasn't had
it's not a request.
No.
And see, I think this is what you have to be.
This is what we got to stay on top of what's
concerned
happening
about as conservative voters. Is these are not requests for absentee ballots or requests to vote early or something like that. This is a live ballot. So if you're a bad actor and you know that all of these live ballots that are official, that if you turn back in are going to get counted.
Yeah.
They're real. So bad actors, they know they're out there in the mail. They know that they're going to people that aren't there anymore. I mean, that does open up the door.
Yeah, you can look at it. There's a lot of different, you can see the image now that's on the screen of all the different things that showed up in the mail. So this is happening. We at least know it's happening to some people who work here, that they're getting these different mailers.
There's the official ballot for Los Angeles.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty wild when he hasn't lived there in many, many years, that these things are still happening. And look, we don't know what the truth is, why they're doing it, if it's even massive happening, but we know now we have to stay on top of it.
Well,
we know that.
I'd love to ask people, if you're out in California, if you're out in states and you are starting to get not requests for ballots, but have you gotten a live ballot? And they all say that, official ballot or live ballot. I don't think the problem is as severe as it was in the last election cycle, but I think it is still a very real problem. We saw how the lawsuit coming in Virginia from the Democrats, about 6,000 people who were dead, and they had gone through and made sure that these people were no longer alive, were removed from the Virginia voting rolls, and now the Democrat party's come in and sued the governor of Virginia and the Commonwealth and said you did that too late. Why? Why are the Democrats so concerned if these people do they really believe, do they have evidence that any of those people are alive?
That is my problem with all of this, which is
why do you need to make sure dead people can vote?
It's the same idea with the voter ID. It's just another process of trying to manipulate a system and play
also
politics.
Makes us feel like you are trying to cheat.
Right. It almost is an admission.
Right.
And that's sort of the big issue I have with all of it, which is this idea of, we're going to make it harder. We're going to take away things like that. How dare you remove people on the rolls who have passed away? I mean, that's
people
so
write in that their parents have been passed away for 10 years and they're still on the roster. That's about the average, at least. That was the norm in America. For at least 10 plus years, you'd be on the ballot because of censuses.
Yeah, we got another comment that said, I live in Los Angeles. My grandmother passed in 2013, and she is still receiving her ballots. So that is
receiving
happening.
her ballots. I don't know if something happened in California legally. Maybe it did, I guess. Yeah. Where you just get live ballots now?
I don't know. We should do some digging on that.
I thought that was only for special situations.
And President Trump was out in California making the big event in Coachella.
He took Coachella by storm.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's interesting that he's doing those because he's playing to states. He's going places that are definitely not swing states right now and making these sort of big sweeping statements. I do think it shows that's better for the country. I got an email because I'm on the list for everybody. I got an email from the Harris campaign. And on it said, hey, we know we are only focused on these 4 states. However, know that Tennessee still does matter to us. Right. But it's like done in this very we care, but we know we got to focus on Michigan. We got to focus on Pennsylvania.
We need to win. Try to bring you like you're on the inside.
Yeah, but to me, I read it as, you don't care at all about our state. You don't care about our people here. And I think that's the one difference now with Harris having to have such a limited time to run. She hasn't been able to at least even make the stops in some of these states that would not be considered swing states.
Primary run either, so she didn't go to those states just for purposes of primary vote.
I don't know if she's been to the state of Tennessee. I'm not sure.
Maybe for like a fundraiser at some point.
Yeah, to look at
private kind of event
damage or something.
Maybe I don't.
Yeah,
did she go to East Tennessee?
I'm not sure if she went to East Tennessee or not. But I mean, still, but not for a campaign. Nothing I've seen. That
not
was a campaign
like a big rally. No, the closest I think she's been to here is Georgia. Yeah, which is
in one of those states. Yeah,
I do believe that what you see by Trump by doing that, 1, you get attention. 2, they say, what do they see there? But 3, it's we know what the Democrat narrative is going to be coming out of this election if they lose, and we know what they're going to try to say. They're going to try to say, if Trump wins, well, Harris may have still won like the popular vote because of states like California and New York. So I think Trump's also doing some buffering there to make sure
to try to get
that California voters don't feel like it's not worth it.
It's wasted.
Yeah, and also where he was in the area he is, those are places where lots of local Republicans could win.
Yeah.
And if you're Donald Trump now and you see how these DAs treat you and all of that, getting Republicans elected at all levels is important to you as president of the United States. More important than I think ever before. So it's not just at the state level. It's not just at the federal level. It's at the local level as well.